Hey guys, it's Kitten again. Welcome to Kitten's Cast. I forgot to ask my question last time for you guys. I apologize. Um, but also I forgot to get questions from you guys for me to answer. Mm. Um, Also I was sick last week, so please forgive me. Um, so we're gonna definitely do it for the next cast. Just to let you know, I'm gonna try to do casts twice a week. Um, and the next one that I do, okay, that sounded funny, but the next one that I do is gonna be about Piece of Peace because I've actually had a request for it and to talk a little bit about it. So not on this cast, but the next one, and I'm trying to figure out exact days, but definitely Tuesdays is a good day for me. Um, Mind you, I'm also taking classes, so um, I'm trying to space it out a little bit. Um, so I really don't have a whole lot to say today, but what I would like to talk about is some of the issues, I guess, um, that people are facing on some social media stuff. Um, Recently, a whole lot has gone on, and I'm sure if you're into Twitter or any kind of social media, I'm sure you saw a lot of chaos and stuff like that. Um, but remember to use your own judgment and don't blindly follow fans who are supposedly exposing other fans. A lot of that stuff can be faked. I'm not saying it's all fake because some of that stuff is really real, but a lot of it can be faked. And so, as we've seen this week, we need to be a little bit more cautious about how we deal with stuff. And one of the things that I think I can't remember who it was now, but someone said, I thought we were spreading this through DMs and not putting this on the timeline. But what we need to remember is every day, excuse me, BTS gains more followers, which means more newbie armies, which means they don't know about stuff that maybe we've had to deal with in the past. And they also don't know what we had planned to do or stuff like that because they just got here. So you don't have to be rude. You can tell them, can you do this, or this is what happened in the past, we didn't forget, but you guys don't know because you're new, stuff like that. That's great. I see a lot of that on my timeline, and that makes me very happy. But also, let's go ahead and implement the block button. And this goes for people who don't like hard stands tweets or they see something that they don't like. Um, there is a block feature on Twitter, especially, but pretty much almost any social media where you can filter out what you see on your timeline. It's your timeline, you're in control of your timeline. So if you don't want to see that kind of stuff, go ahead and implement the block button. That's fine. Um, also, another feature that they have on Twitter is the muting of keywords or words and the mute button as well. And this is something that you can do on your own. And if there's certain stuff you don't want to see on your timeline, and it's the specific words and something like that, I would suggest that you go in there and go to your settings and stuff like that, and go ahead and get those off your timeline. I will openly admit to having done it. I don't have people muted. So um but I do know people have me blocked, and that's okay. I don't mind as long as you're not talking crap about me in the end and I somehow find out about it later on. I don't care if you block me. I actually suggest to a lot of people that it's okay if you don't like my content or whatever. You have the ability to scroll past it. You have the ability to block it and mute it. And I've seen a lot of um, other stands, and I'm not gonna go off into different names and stuff like that because it's all fans. It doesn't really matter who they stand, who go into other people's tweets where they have no business being. Why are you here? If you didn't want to see this, then you should have implemented the block button. Trying to get likes and retweets and clout by saying something that maybe appeals to just your audience doesn't actually make you popular. It actually makes you a jerk. Um, so like I said, go ahead and implement go ahead and implement that into your life, because let me tell you, social media can be quite toxic, and your feelings are easily hurt. And also, don't believe everything you read on there, because I've seen some things, um, trending hashtags, and I'm not talking again about specific fandoms or even fandoms at all, because sometimes trending hashtags have nothing to do with fans, and they're trending because, for example, someone with a verified account might have used the tag and a bunch of people saw it, because most verified accounts have a lot of followers. And they might have just retweeted and liked it a bunch of times. And so that makes it trend. Another thing that people need to be conscious of is to censor words. For example, sang should be a word that is censored. Unintentionally has been trended almost, I want to say, for the past 2 weeks, almost every single day, which is ridiculous. No one wants to go on and see trending that. And also, it makes, you know, us as fans look awful. So use, use caution when using such words like that, or stalkers, or, I've seen people doing it with the little asterisk and the at sign and things like that. So that it's not hard to do. It's very simple. Um, let's see. Oh, somebody just asked me a question. I have my I have my phone here in front of me. Let me see what it is here. Um, favorite Hope World song. um, I really don't. I mean, that's really hard. Because Hope World in itself is a great album and a great mixtape. And so it depends on the emotions that you're trying to get. But I did put this on my social media account, which I really do need to link in my description, and I keep forgetting to do so. But basically, Piece of Peace, or POP, is like one of my absolute fave songs. And I'm going to talk about that, like I said, in another cast, and I'll explain why. But each of them, I love each of those uh, songs off of his mixtape. Just like the same thing with Yoongi's mixtape. So Far Away is a special song for me. Every time I get a little afraid to try something, I listen to that song, and it gives me, the courage to try something. Um, and then for RM, oh my gosh, I can't choose for Namjoon. Oh my, his whole mixtape, the first and the second one, like I said, it's so hard for me to choose um, a song. And I'm probably gonna break this cast up into two different casts at the moment, because I'm about almost 9 minutes in, I think, and it only allows me to load like 15 minutes at a time. So I may stop in the middle and then have a part two continuation, and I'll also try to load these both at the same time, or at least one right after another. But anyway, so it's really hard to pick a song. Just like someone asked me about my favorite BTS album, and I can't choose. um, our favorite BTS song. I can't choose that either. Or or music video. Can't choose that either. Although I will say, some of the songs that BTS makes with the beat, and then you read the lyrics, or you understand the lyrics, and you're like, this is some contradictory stuff. Um, but uh, like I said, I don't have a whole lot to say at the moment, because I also have been taking classes, and so my brain is sort of fried. But I did want to touch base with everyone and just, maybe say hi, and talk a little bit about something or another. I did see today that Big Hit announced more tour dates. And you can go on to their Twitter page, or their Facebook or whatever social media, or even just go on to their actual site, and they announced, I believe it was 5 or 6 different tour dates that they're going to go around again. And I'm excited for that in one way, and then in another way, I'm kind of not excited. um, because I live in DC and they're nowhere near me. And this has been happening as far as I've been Army. It's like we don't exist down here. So I can see the Southerners are going to have an issue, um, because it's not easy to get to Jersey from here if you have other commitments and things like that. So I probably won't be going to that concert either. Maybe the next time they come around on the next tour, maybe. But also keep in mind that they're also probably going to release some more dates, which is exciting. Um, and so let's just keep our fingers crossed here for something more. Um, but also not wanting to tax out the boys because they do need to rest and relax too. Um, So I'm gonna kind of cut it here, and then I think I'm gonna go ahead and um, maybe make a part 2. Um, but I don't really have a whole lot to say, so I don't know if I'm gonna do it or not. Well, I may ask a couple of things, but I do have questions for you guys in which you can answer in the comments, or you can answer on my social media, which I'm gonna link. But basically, it's what does army mean to you? Like, not BTS, because we know BTS is life, okay? But like, what does army mean to you? Does it mean family? Because to me, it does mean family. Um, so, and I'm gonna actually talk about this a little bit more in a second cast because that gave me an idea. So for now, this is the end of part 1, and then please go ahead and go into part 2. Um, and I will see you there, or you will hear me there. Okay. Don't forget to like and subscribe, pretty please. Thanks.